What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe for another episode of Saturday morning. And I know it's been a really long time since I've done one of these. I was originally going to wait till the beginning of 2019 to start these up again, but there was so much cool news from this week. I wanted to do this now, and I am going to start doing these more consistently. I probably won't do it every Saturday morning. It'll really depend on what kind of news has been shown and how much time I have. But I am going to try to do these as often as possible because I really enjoy doing them. So let's get into all the cool stuff that was shown this week. First off, Storm Collectibles revealed their upcoming 1/12 scale Muhammad Ali figure. And to me, this figure looks awesome. And it was really a no-brainer because once they came out with Mike Tyson, you know, what other iconic boxer is there out there? I mean, if you're not into the boxing thing, no disrespect to any boxers out there because there's a lot of great boxers. I love boxing myself, but when it comes to like the general population, I think for the most part people think of two boxers when they think of iconic boxers, and that's Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. I mean, now anyways, you know, I think in the modern era those are the two boxers that everybody knows, you know, and everybody's mom knows. And I personally would love to see Marvin Hagler and Evander Holyfield as well. So there's a lot of boxers out there that would be really cool in this Storm Collectible line. But yeah, Muhammad Ali looks great. He comes with the robe, comes with a bunch of like iconic facial expressions. So I'm really excited about that. I do own the Mike Tyson figure, and it was a really good figure. I didn't get a chance to review it, but I do like it a lot. So it'll be really cool to have both of these. And I'm sure a lot of boxing fans are going to want to take pictures of Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson kind of things, you know. So anyways, I'm excited about that. Next up is something that wasn't even revealed by the company. It just kind of showed up. And that would be the Marvel Select Disney Store exclusive Venom. And this is pretty much just a re-release of their original Venom. And that works for me because with the original Venom, when it came out, I bought it. And as soon as I opened it, its leg fell off. So I glued it back together, put it on the shelf, and then I don't really mess with it. But it's a really cool figure. It was something I was really excited about, and this gives me an excuse to go buy it again. And it's not like I'm buying the exact same thing that was released before. There's a couple different accessories, and it kind of highlights Venom's like crazy nature. Like there's all kinds of different like tendrils and different crazy faces, and it's like the more monstrous looking Venom. It is pretty much the same version of Venom that we got before as far as the body goes. So that's kind of disappointing because this would have been a good opportunity to improve some of the things that they dropped the ball on the first time around. Like it would have been cool if they added double jointed knees and gave him some good ankles, but it doesn't look like they did that. Even still, I'm still excited to pick it up, and I'm gonna start looking at Disney stores very soon to try to get that guy. And then now on to Mezco. Some crazy stuff happened this week with Mezco. First off, on Monday, they put up the pre-order for the Mezco site exclusive Sovereign Knight Batman, and it's like an all-black version of the one that they revealed before, or the standard release, you know. And I think the figure looks okay. It's to me, it's not, I mean, it wasn't amazing. It kind of looks like it takes influence from the Batman movies from the 80s and early 90s. And it does look cool, don't get me wrong, I'd be down for it. I personally missed it. I missed it because the way that the pre-order went is they had a timer that went up on Friday, I believe it was. It counted down to Monday morning, and everybody was on the website. The thing crashed. I was on there. I had my wife on there. We were both trying to get it. It felt like getting Comic-Con tickets or something, and it just didn't work out. So I didn't get it, and I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna throw a fit. I'm not gonna be like, I'm leaving the line, you know, whatever. A bunch of people get really pissed off when stuff like this happens, and you know, they miss the figures, and all of a sudden they want to burn down their Mezco collection. And you know, whatever, if that's what you want to do, then you know, more figures for the people that do want to keep collecting them, and hopefully it'll drive the price down of the expensive ones. But anyways, whatever. I personally would say don't get too upset if you miss these things. I mean, we all love action figures, but there's no sense in getting all stressed out and worried about missing a, you know, Mezco exclusive. And for me personally, like I said, it doesn't, I mean, it looks fine. I think it's an awesome looking figure. I would have liked to had it. I would have liked to have grabbed it, but you know, I'm just not going crazy that I missed it. But next up, this thing I would have been really pissed off if I missed it, and that's the Netflix season 1 version of Daredevil. And that figure looks awesome. I was so excited when they revealed it, and it was kind of like a you know, it was kind of a punk move just to throw it up as a Mezco exclusive randomly. But you know, then it gave more people a chance to get it versus having the timer. I don't know, it's crazy. Like they can't really win, but I don't even think they try to you know, soften the blow with their attitudes or anything. Mezco's just kind of does what they want. They don't really care what the fans, how the fans react, as long as people buy their figures, and that's what's happening. So, you know, how could you blame them? But yeah, they put up Daredevil out of nowhere on Tuesday morning, and I just happened to get really lucky. I went on to Instagram right at 10 o'clock just because I was checking it out. I saw Mezco posted it. I jumped right to the website, pre-ordered it. I was done by 10:04 or something like that. And I think that figure lasted about 40 minutes, so I think there was a pretty good opportunity to go in there and purchase it. The site wasn't crashing or anything like that, so it might be a better idea just to drop the pre-orders for the exclusive stuff whenever, versus having the timer, because that timer situation was crazy. Honestly, they should really just stop doing Mezco site exclusives, in my opinion, or maybe don't do them so often, because then collectors miss a lot of figures that they like, and I just don't really understand the point. I'm not sure why they want to do site exclusives. Why not just put them out? Why not just like do the pre-orders, and, you know, depending on how many people order them, that's how many you make. I don't know. I'm not sure what they should do. I feel like they handle it incorrectly, but I don't know. How should they do it? What do you guys think? What's the best way to drop these Mezco exclusive pre-orders? Should they just do the timer? Should they just drop them out of nowhere? Or should they just not have them at all? Let me know in the comments. But anyways, on to something more positive. M'Baku Build-A-Figure wave is going to start hitting pretty soon. It looks like it's popping up on eBay overseas, and a bunch of websites have taken pre-orders, so that set should be out, I'd say, before the end of the year. So I think that'll be pretty cool, and I'm down for that set. I think every figure in there looks pretty good, and I know there's a lot of reuse with the different Black Panther figures, but I'm okay with it. I like the one with the purple because the original release was awesome, and the one I'm not too, you know, fond of is the Civil War Black Panther re-release that they have in there with the unmasked head. I don't know. That figure's okay, but I was never crazy about it. All the rest of the figures look cool, especially Killmonger. I was almost gonna buy him on eBay for like 50 bucks and hopefully get a review up pretty quick, but it's myself that it's not really worth it to overpay for these figures just to do a review. You know, I usually regret it after I do, but I do like having reviews up early, but it's probably not worth it to pay double, triple the price. I'll just wait till I get it. I'll review it when I get it. But yeah, so that's my philosophy there. And one real quick thing, kind of outside of toy news, but still within the realm. It looks like Netflix is canceling Daredevil, which a lot of people were surprised by, and I'm not sure why. You know, Disney has a streaming service coming out, and it's really unlikely that Disney's gonna want any of their stuff anywhere else, especially with the competitor. So it wasn't a surprise to me that they canceled Daredevil. It's a really good show, obviously. All 3 seasons are awesome, and I'm not sure what's gonna happen with it. I feel like they'll find a way to get like the more adult stuff onto the Disney streaming service. I feel like they'll do something there, but I'm not 100% sure, because I mean, otherwise why would they want to acquire Fox just to neuter all of it? It just doesn't make sense. There's not enough kids stuff in Fox for them to have wanted to purchase it just for that, you know. I feel like there's so much other things going on over there that Disney wants to profit from all of it. So I don't think they'd you know, I don't think they're gonna cut out the R-rated stuff entirely. I'm sure they'll figure out a way to release things like that, and that's where Daredevil will come in, or Deadpool, and you know, all those different characters. But it does suck, because right now it feels like we're not going to get any more Daredevil, which is really unfortunate, because it's obviously the best Marvel show on Netflix, probably the best Netflix show, period. I mean, I think it was like one of the first Netflix exclusive TV shows. So like, it came out and everybody watched it. It was crazy. And after that, it seems like they started putting out a bunch of different original shows. So it's a pioneer almost, you know. So hopefully they find a way, Disney finds a way to give us more Daredevil. We'll see. It was an awesome show. But anyways, if it doesn't come back, it's good to see that it ended on a high note. So. And last but not least, let's talk about all the stuff that was shown at the Tokyo Comic-Con by Bandai. With this stuff, it's kind of weird because you never know which figures are actually going to see the light of day. I feel like there was another big convention earlier this year. They showed a lot of cool stuff, and then we didn't really hear about it anymore. A lot of stuff from older Marvel movies. And now here again, they went crazy and showed all kinds of really good stuff. I really hope most of this stuff comes out, because it looks amazing. As always with figure arts, you know, they're awesome. They always do a really good job. And some of the stuff that really stood out to me was the movie Captain Marvel. She looks amazing. I love all the different head sculpts and stuff. And the one thing I'd say about it though is that the face sculpt, the unmasked face sculpt, doesn't really look like the actress to me, but it does still look really good. And I am excited to pick that one up. That one probably stood out the most to me as far as like quality. It just looks really, really good. And then there's the Captain Marvel in her Kree uniform. And that one was just shown in the display case. They didn't do any promotional pictures or anything like that. For the standard version of Captain Marvel, they actually had it at the show, and then shortly after they put up like a bunch of promo pictures. So that one feels like it's definitely going to come out. Who knows about the Kree version? And nothing else actually had promo pictures, just Captain Marvel. So we'll see what happens. And they also had a Thor and Loki on display, and both of those look like they come from the very first Avengers movie, and Loki looks really nice. That Thor is a much needed figure because I feel like the original figure arts Thor wasn't very good. A lot of people were disappointed with it. I didn't even buy it. It didn't even look good enough to buy, so I'm happy that they're releasing a quality version of Thor, hopefully. And let's see, another cool thing was the Captain America and Bucky from Winter Soldier. I believe that the Captain America shown here is how he looked at the end of the movie. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. As much as I love it, I do wish that they put out the all blue version of, or you know, the blue and silver version of Captain America to go along with this Bucky, because that's what he wore for most of that movie, and I like that look. It kind of looks like the Commander Rogers look, and I think it would have been cool to have both of those. But either way, this looks good. I'm always down for a Captain America. And then Bucky looks awesome. It looks way better than the Infinity War version, in my opinion, especially the head sculpt. And I like that costume design a lot better than I do his look in Infinity War. They've also revealed an Agent Coulson. He looks really good too. I never picked up the Marvel Legends one for whatever reason, so I'm excited to get him. And I'd say the head looks a little big, but it might just be the angle of the shot. Hopefully when the figure comes out, it doesn't look that big. Either way, it still looks really good. Then they showed off a Scarlet Witch. That wasn't really a big surprise because they kind of hinted at that. Actually, they straight up said they were going to do that a couple days prior. And then they showed Nebula, which looks really nice too. And I hope she comes out because that figure looks really, really good. And let's see, the other thing that stood out to me was the Groot figure. It's the Teenage Groot, and that thing looks awesome. And I'm going to be really interested to see how that compares to the upcoming Marvel Select one. The Marvel Select one looks really, really good, and at Comic-Con it looked amazing. So I can't wait to get that one, and it'll be cool to compare these two because this one looks great too. I'm sure this one will beat the Select one in articulation, but I'm excited to see how the sculpt compares with these two figures. And then they revealed some Star Wars stuff. For me, with the Bandai Star Wars stuff, it's almost like just, it's too much at this point, only because they show so much, and I don't really collect the Star Wars stuff. I buy a figure every now and then, so it's hard to remember what's new here and what's already been shown. But the two that really stood out to me was the pilot Luke and the, you know, the dirty R2-D2 that looked really cool there, and then the Boba Fett. And for me, even though the Boba Fett looks cool and I'll probably be down to pick that up, I really think that they missed their window of opportunity with Boba Fett, because I really doubt that they're gonna top the Mafex one. And I think around the time the Mafex figure came out, Jango Fett came out, and Jango Fett might have even come out a little bit before the Mafex Boba Fett, and you know, Mafex beat them to it, and they did a really good job with that figure. That was one of my favorite figures that year, and I like that one a lot. So I'm curious to see how these two compare to each other, but I really doubt that the Figure Arts one is going to top the Mafex one, but we'll see. Oh yeah, none of those pictures from the Tokyo Comic Con were mine, obviously. Those were floating around all over the internet. I'm not really sure where they came from originally, but yeah, somebody was out there doing a good job providing all kinds of images. And right before I was about to jump off this, I was looking at my Instagram and I saw that Hasbro Pulse posted a picture, a promotional picture for the upcoming Mystique figure. And it says in the description that it's going to be a Walgreens exclusive, but the thing that was pretty interesting is that they had a rogue head, like an extra rogue head that was like half blue, which is really interesting. It makes it look like a shape-shifting kind of effect. And even more exciting, it had a Lilandra head. Whoa, that's cool. I don't think that they've announced a Lilandra Build-A-Figure. I believe at Comic-Con when they were talking about what the Build-A-Figure would be for the next X-Men wave, they were being really cryptic and were not really giving too much information. They were kind of hinting that it was going to be the Professor X chair, or maybe not, you know, whatever. And then obviously that turned out to be a legendary rider thing. But yeah, they didn't really reveal what the Build-A-Figure was going to be for the next X-Men wave. So looks like it's going to be Lilandra, but I'm not sure if it's going to be like Fantastic Four, where they release one figure every now and then it takes you 2 years to build the figure, or if it's going to be a full wave at Walgreens, which we haven't seen before. So that's pretty interesting. And for this week's random action figure of the week, I want to talk about the Marvel Universe Planet Hulk, or King Hulk, whatever you want to call it. This is one of the few Marvel Universe figures that I've kept because I think that this one was really high quality. Marvel Universe was a line that I was kind of into, but I was kind of bitter with it because they were trying to replace Marvel Legends with the Marvel Universe stuff. But still, it was kind of like, these are cool figures, and you know, they're characters I love, so I'd buy some every now and then. And over the years, I've kind of just gotten rid of them, sold them, gave them away, whatever the case is. But there are a few that I've kept, and this is one of them. And yeah, he's just a really high quality figure. Check him out. The sculpt is really nice. I'm sure a lot of people would agree that this is one of the best figures that came out of the Marvel Universe line, and just a really good sculpt, some pretty decent articulation. For this size of figure, you know, they could only fit so much into this, but yeah, for the most part, it has really nice articulation, but the sculpt is really where it stands out. And it's funny because right now Hasbro has yet to give us a really quality Hulk figure, but in the Marvel Universe line, I think they gave us a couple, this one being one of the best ones. So this is a really cool figure. I don't know how much he goes for these days, and I'm not even sure if anyone would be interested in picking him up. But yeah, it's a figure worth having, especially if you're a Hulk fan, and more so if you're just a fan of this scale. And just for some real quick channel information, with the upcoming release of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I do plan on having a bunch of Spider-Man related content to post on my channel. I do plan on doing some lists and some comparison videos, so hopefully you guys all find that enjoyable. And other than that, I will have some reviews. I got a couple reviews I'm going to be doing this week, and yeah, hopefully it's all stuff that you guys are into. And I want to thank you so much for joining me on this Saturday morning, because I know I think it's been about 6 months. So you know, anyways, I am going to do these more often because they are fun, really fun to do, and it's, you know, they don't get as much views as, like, you know, reviews or whatever, but they're still fun, and it seems like the few people that do like them enjoy them. So I know that sounds funny, but the few people that do watch them do enjoy them, so that's cool. And you know, I enjoy doing them, so I'm gonna get back into it. But anyways, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and thank you very much. Peace.